In this session, we're going to look at event log filters again, but this time focus on some of the more advanced features. So I created this advanced filter demo package down here that's assigned to the local server, and I created a rule in here called calculator launch, and that will match anytime somebody launches the Windows calculator. So we can see here we're looking at the success in the security event log, process creation. 4688 is the event ID, and we're looking at the new process name insertion string. Windows logs us with the path. We're going to just basically ignore that and say it doesn't matter from where it's being launched. So if the process name ends with win32calc.exe, then we want this to match. Please keep in mind that the category here, process creation, is usually optional. So you do not have to specify that. I would actually recommend against using that if you're using Windows with different languages, because the category is usually language specific. So if you have a German Windows system, for example, then there'll be a different category. But we're just working on an English system. This is the default that I had extracted, so we're just going to go with this for now. So this filter, as it stands here, will do nothing but send an email to the default email action every time somebody launches the calculator. But I want to customize this. I want to change what this email looks like. And to do that, we use the advanced button. If you look here, there's an email network action override section that allows us to specify a different subject and a different message. So the subject by default is taken from the action below, but we want to change it. And we're going to change it so that the email subject reads, and in the message, and here I'm going to write that the user who launched it is calculating. This is obviously just a test, but let's take a look what field we need here. So the username would be the security ID. We can take a look. We can verify this if we go to the event log here and we just look for any sort of 4688 event here. All right. This is a very busy event log, so let's apply this. Let's find the first one where we have a regular user account. Let's launch calculator here. Refresh this, apply. Kind of illustrating here how you would go about testing this. There's a lot of noise here from a AD monitor that launches a lot of processes. But here we are. So this is the event that we're looking for when calc is being launched, and the username would be up here. So security ID of the creator subject. So back here, security ID of the creator subject. So it's actually just string number 1. So back to advanced where we were. And now we're going to say $str1, and that's how we reference insertion strings. So we simply use $str uppercase followed by the number, and you can use this in multiple scenarios. You can use this in actions, for example. You could put this into the subject line of an action. You can pass this on to processes that are being launched and so forth. All right, so this will simply overwrite the message. So normally we would see the actual event message in there and all the details, but not anymore. Now we're changing this, and we're just going to get this in the email. So we're going to hit OK. I'm going to go to home. I'm going to deploy this. Let's take a look at the application event log. Whenever we deploy a configuration, every agent is going to log a 1035 event to the application event log, confirming that it has actually received and applied that new configuration. We can see it here. Here it says a new configuration, including the revision number, has been applied, from which host the update was received. And we can see here that the package is actually active, advanced filter demo. And we can also see that it's applied just to the computer, opposed to some of the other ones that are applied globally or a group. So let's go ahead and actually launch calculator. And here's the email I just received. You can see the subject on the very top, calculator launched, and it says training administrator is apparently calculating something now. So this is obviously a very simple and silly scenario, but what I want to illustrate here is that you have full control over the email alerts that are being sent out. So as long as the event that's being logged to the event log is using insertion strings, and the majority of them do, pretty much all Windows events do, and most third-party events as well. You can actually extract strings from there and then create a custom message. It could be an email with instructions to an end user saying, oh, we detected ABC on your system. Please do this and this and that. You can have customized alerts being sent to your team and so forth. So there's really a lot you can do with it, because you can essentially craft your own event alerts. But let's get back here, since I want to show a couple of other things in the advanced section. Here we have a couple other options under general here that allows us to control the filter flow a little bit. The first one here is stop processing other filter rules. So normally when EventSentry encounters a filter and it matches, it will continue to process other filters. And the purpose is very simple. Sometimes you want to have email alerts or events sent to multiple recipients. So you may have a filter match in this package and send it to one person, and have another match in this package and send it to another person. So that's pretty normal. So EventSentry essentially builds a dynamic list of recipients every time it parses all those rules. And then at the end, we'll dispatch those rules. And then, again, it could be multiple emails, could be an email and some corrective action and so forth. But if for some reason you want EventSentry to not process any more rules, if it matches this particular rule, then you can check that box. And sort of similar to this is a setting on the package level. So I clicked on the package here and I'm going to go to the properties. There's another checkbox here that says catch all notification package. And by clicking this, you're ensuring that this package is processed at the end below other non-catch all packages. So in most cases, the ordering doesn't really matter in EventSentry. The only thing you need to keep in mind is that exclude filters always take precedence over include filters. So it doesn't really matter in which package or in which order an exclude filter is. If it matches an event, then whichever action is specified in the exclude filter is always going to get excluded. But there are cases when the ordering may be of significance and you may want to force a specific package to be processed at the very end, and then you can check this box. So all packages that have this checkbox set are going to be processed after packages that do not have this checkbox checked. And then we have the ignore exclude filters from other packages. So of course, if you have a package and you want to make sure that exclude filters from other packages that maybe other people created don't apply to this, because this is important, you want to be absolutely sure that this does not get blocked, then you can check that box. And if you do, then unless you have an exclude filter in that very specific package, then you can rest assured that your include filter is going to work, is going to match, even if another package excludes or competes with that rule. And then we also have the require acknowledgement feature. So this is something that you can use in the EventSentry web reports. So this is strictly a feature that works in conjunction with the web reports. If you check this box, then this event will be flagged to require acknowledgement. And you can then run queries in the web reports to only show filters or events that are tagged with require acknowledgement. So you can then use that to kind of work as a team on alerts and acknowledge them as needed.